Hi, hello, it's me. I'm just sitting here casually on the couch. And I just bought a Oracle set. I haven't bought an Oracle set in quite a while. But lately there's been an uptick of people wanting Oracle readings rather than tarot readings, which is the most popular. Um, on my website, that's alabamamagic.com. It's linked below. But yes, so I thought I would buy um, well, I really didn't initially think I was going to buy a new Oracle set just because the Oracle has been so popular lately of people booking that. But I was in the bookstore just killing time, browsing around, and I saw this on sale. It was in the discount section. And I've never heard anything about this Oracle deck before, but it caught my eye because it was a really good price, but then also because it's classical mythology and I'm a mythologist and folklorist, right? Although, disclaimer, while I like all of you, we all have a basic understanding of classical mythology being Greco Roman mythology, of course, right? Uh, I did not major in classical mythology. I am of Western European mythology, specifically like Celtic mythology and the broader Anglo Saxon mythology. I also did minor in some West Asian mythologies, but again, none of that is classical mythology. I also managed to, you know, make it through college without ever taking a Latin class, which is really crazy because I took a lot of history classes, a lot of theology classes, but I never took a Latin class. I took some Hindi classes. I took some Gaelic classes slash Gaelic, but never a Latin class. I don't think I ever even took an intro to Latin. I don't know how they managed to let me get away with that, but they did, and here we are. um, but I do like classical mythology. I really don't like calling it classical mythology, if I'm honest, because that's just such a gross centricism on the Romans and the Greeks, which, while cool and important to our modern day, are not the only people who've influenced our modern day and our understanding of theology. Although they did give us the word. Anywho, I digress. I've taken all the plastic off, and I hope, by the way, you don't hear the road construction going on right outside my window. But if so, oh well. Anywho, I thought we would casually kind of go through this together on my couch and see what it's all about, see if I like it, and see if I butcher a lot of pronunciations. So yes, I'm literally opening it right now for the first time. So let's see. Who even made this? It's not even credited on the box with an author or with a artist at all. So that's sad. Let's see. A blank piece of paper to protect it. A book, of course. Also not credited with an author. Let's look in here because that's disrespectful to the artist and author. Let's see. Oh, this is why. We might hate this deck, you guys. This this deck is made entirely through the use of images courtesy of Shutterstock. That's a free image site. So it could be AI, it could just be public use artwork, like public domain artwork. We'll see. And who is credited with writing the book that's in my hand? Not a single person. That's really sad. So this was published in 2024. It is very new. It is by Arcturus Publishing, who I have several books from. I actually cited some books by them on either my thesis or my dissertation. But I remember citing that publishing company quite a bit. This seems to be the standard, of like the deities that are in here and spirits, what they mean, and a couple of sample card layouts. So Nothing too complicated. Although, a nice little primer on Greco-Roman mythology. It comes in this. Boop. Nothing's behind there, I'm sure. It's just a thing to hold it. Yeah. Let's see. They're vacuum sealed in plastic, so let me open those up. Ugh. If I had known they were like that, I would have done it off camera. Okay. Ooh, I do like the back mosaic a lot. I do like that. They feel fine. They feel standard. They're actually pretty thin, not thick. But again, it seems like these are a cash grab deck just from there not being an author or artist used. Let's see. So our first card is Artemis. This consists of 50 cards. So we have Artemis. The artwork is actually, that's pretty. I wonder if it's going to be a consistent tone, like artist-wise, or if it's going to be all over the place because they were free-sourced images. Keywords of Artemis are achievement, victory, triumph, freedom, and completion. Okay. So Artemis. Let's see, we have Zeus. A very I was going to say statuesque, but literally. Alpha male energy for Zeus. That's appropriate, I suppose. Okay. Hera. The art is very different again, but I guess we've come to assume that. Can you see that? Okay. Hera. Alpha female energy. That's really interesting wording. We typically don't use the word alpha, especially in the classical historical sense with women. But I like that. Athena. Okay. Who is your favorite Olympian? Do you have one? I feel like we all do. Mine is Poseidon. I really love Poseidon a lot. And I feel like my love for Poseidon actually started through Triton, which is his son in mythology. And I was introduced to Triton, like probably almost everyone past a certain age, through The Little Mermaid. And I just immediately was enamored with that character and his imagery. I've always loved mermaids. I loved movies like Splash growing up. If you're a millennial or a late Gen Xer, you know Splash. I was obsessed with mermaids. So when I found out that there could be mermen, it was like mind-blowing to me. Apollo. I associate Apollo a lot with my early 20s, when I did a lot of channeling of deities for a group of friends. And Apollo came through quite a bit at that time. Aphrodite, that's interesting for Aphrodite. Hermes, love Hermes. I really do, actually. That artwork is looks like what was that game that everyone used to be so obsessed with in the early zeros? Was it called Half-Life? No, not Half-Life. That's a Demi Moore movie. Second Life. Isn't that what it's called? It makes me think of that. This art style. That early kind of CGI. Is this Ares? Yes, it is. Eros. Okay. I wonder if we were going to get anyone that's not technically an Olympian. We'll see what happens. Because, there's lots of deities in Greco-Roman lore, not just Olympians. They're just kind of the preps, the popular kids. Hades. I do appreciate that they included Hades with his bident. A bident is a trident, but with two, forks. Typically, and it also denotes their importance in Greco-Roman culture. Zeus has a spear, which is a single point. His brother Hades has a bident, and then Poseidon has a trident. It's interesting. Poseidon, love him. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is definitely not just a trident, but very cool. That is much more in line with like a trimurti almost, which is basically a trident, but in Indian mythologies, and is attributed usually to Shiva. But that's interesting. What is he associated with? Turmoil, emotions, and deep feelings. You know, I'm a Cancer sun sign, so emotions come up a lot. And I really dislike how whenever we talk about emotions as a culture, we focus on the negative parts of emotion, like being overly emotional. We think of sadness. We think of just general malaise. Like, emotions can also be positive. It's okay. You can feel things. It's okay. Oh, okay. Actaeon. That's interesting. So we're getting into some people that are a little more obscure. Appreciate that. What do we have here? Oh, the Midas touch. Very cool. What do we associate with that? The reversal of fortune, wealth, prosperity, and success. Love that. There's a great old Hollywood movie about King Midas. That, of course, I'm blanking on now who's in it, but it's really good. Oh, the Golden Fleece. Interesting. Pandora's Box. Okay. Interesting artwork for Pandora's Box. What do we have here? Oh, just a hero. Okay. It's interesting. Do you guys know who the original hero is in classical mythology? Like, the first? If you do, comment below. Oh, Leander. Also, more on the fringes of classical mythology. Medusa. Love her. What is this? I can't read backwards. The Trojan Horse, of course. Oh, that's actually really good for a reading, don't you think? If you pulled the Trojan Horse card. I like that. Oh, Achilles. Also good for an Oracle deck, you know? Oh, Nike. Nike. If you didn't know, Nike is not just a sports brand. It is a goddess. Pygmalion. Circe, or Circe as some people like to say. Love that. Circe. Interesting. Medea. Medea is upsetting to me. My husband, he did take, I believe, some classical mythology, like proper classes in college. And he was introduced to Medea in college. And he always, whenever she comes up, he, in conversation or media, anything, he refers to this time that he was in school and how he really struggled with her story about what she does with her children. I won't spoil it if you don't know the story of Medea, but it's difficult to read at times, depending on the version. And he always talks about how he appreciated his professor because his professor really helped put into focus why Medea would interact with her children in the way that she did. What do they call? What do they say for this? Betrayal, infidelity, and vengeance. Whew. Okay. Oh, Cassandra or Cassandra. Interesting. She was the blind prophet, right? Which is now like kind of a cliche to have someone who sees the future but is blind. Helen of Troy. Great. Could you imagine pulling Helen of Troy and Aphrodite in a reading when asking about like a love interest or something? That would be kind of wild. And also full of red flags, potentially. Hypnos. Very cool. Do they attribute to just sleep or something else? Dreams, rest, astral self. Okay. Icarus. Great. He could kind of be associated with... he could be associated with the Tower card in Tarot. He could also, just off the top, be associated with the Fool. Because there are positives about Icarus. Oh, that's nice. What is it? Mnemosyne? It's been a long while since I've done anything with Latin and Greek. Narcissus. Nymphs. The nymphs in general. Interesting. What do we have here? Harpies. Very cool. Very cool. Cousins, to the nymphs and the sirens. Oh, speaking of Siren Song. This art's not bad. It is a little inconsistent, but I don't mind it. I do like the borders being consistent, and up close they are like that Greeky blue tile, mosaic tiles. I really like that a lot. It gives the deck a cohesiveness. Gorgon's Reflection. Interesting. Interesting to have more than one card attributed to Gorgons. Of course, Medusa being like the most famous Gorgon. Oh, Echo. Very interesting. Troy. Didn't we already have a Troy card? Or did we just have Helen of Troy? Oh, and we had the Trojan horse. That's what I was thinking of. Persephone, the one that... She's very popular in modern witchcraft, isn't she? And modern Wicca. It's actually pretty cool artwork for her, actually, I would say. I think she looks very beautiful there. Demeter. I really like Demeter and Ceres. I like agricultural deities, especially women. I like women associated with food. That's so strange to say. Who is this? Perseus, of course, holding Medusa's head. I can't read backwards that well. Scribe. Yeah, a scribe. Oh, Atlas. Cool. Orion. Love that. Oh, the Minotaur, of course. Ugh, what a letdown of artwork for the Minotaur. Are y'all for serious? Shame, Secrets in the Shadow Self for the Minotaur. That's interesting. I would not associate the Minotaur with those things, but it makes sense. Oh, I like that. I wish there was a card also just for his maze. But I wish it was just the Minotaur, like facing us. But oh well. Oh, a Centaur. Also a missed opportunity on the free artwork they used. I feel like there was better artwork they could have found since they were searching for free things. Oh, Heracles, aka Hercules. Heracles is his more Greek name, although with this C, it's still a Romanization. Interesting. Is he fighting the Kraken there? Interesting. Gaia. Ooh. Don't like that artwork. But here's Gaia. But I really don't like that. Let's see. Like, Gaia should be the Earth, not just a presence around the Earth in artwork, in my opinion. But, art is subjective, as is a lot of theology and mythology. Andromeda, of course. Man, no Pan? Oh my gosh. Andromeda. And I just said, man, no Pan? And there's Pan! Yay! Love Pan. The artwork is fine. I love all the horned and antlered deities of the world. I think that's such a fascinating concept. So simple, but such a provoking image, To just have a human with horns or antlers coming out of your head. That's so provoking. I really like it a lot. The Fates, of course. And this is our last card. Aww, the Pegasus. Man, we really left out a lot of great characters in this. Overall, the deck is fine. I would definitely only probably be using it for work. I don't know if I will ever use it for personal use, if I'm being honest. But yes, there it is. The classical mythology oracle. Out of 5, I give this a 2.5. You know? You get 1 star for the concept. You get another star for your selection of characters, because you did have some obscure ones. And you get a half for the blue mosaic artwork on the back of the card and bordering the front. And that's it. Overall, I would not recommend this actually to a classical mythology lover, unless you were just someone who has to collect everything associated with that subject. There's certainly better decks out there for you. But, you know, for some people, especially when you're starting out, whatever you can get your hands on becomes the thing that you love. So I would be eager to see if someone got this as like their entryway to Oracle work and thus fell in love with the deck. But that is the Classical Mythology Oracle by who knows who at Arcturus Publishing. Some intern, I suppose. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to visit my website. Yeah, don't forget to visit my website, alabamamagic.com. The link is below. And hey, check out my books. I have a book about goblins and goblin magic called Goblin Grimoire. I hope you check it out. And I also have a couple of papers that I've published and a short form essay about the word warlock. So check all those out. They're on Amazon. And thank you so much. And goodbye.